This is the stunning investigation of the day, the absolute and the ultimate smoking gun. Times Now has been leading the coverage, and let's put our watermark on the visuals. Times Now has been leading the coverage on this custodial death of Phoenix and Jairaj. Now the proof is for everyone to see. This is the CCTV footage. What you see in this CCTV footage is Jairaj and Phoenix at their shop. They are approached by the police. The police car is a white jeep standing on the other side of the road. You can see parts of it in the footage. And then first Jairaj is called by the police. He walks out of the shop, crosses the road, and goes to meet the policeman. What follows is Phoenix coming out of the shop, walking across to the other side of the road, and then he comes back. He has a mobile phone. I think he is talking to someone, and we are given to understand at this point that cops had taken away Jairaj. So Jairaj was arrested, taken away by the cops, while Phoenix came back to the shop. Now in the police FIR, all right, let me bring in Priya, my colleague, on the big screen. Priya, put this visual into perspective for our viewers. How does this expose the claims made by the Tuticorin police?
Before I take our viewers through a minute-by-minute explanation of what is happening, let me just read out the FIR that has been filed by the police, which will then help me elaborate on how there are discrepancies. This is exactly what the FIR says, that they found a crowd outside APJ Mobile shop. This is the shop that is run by the family. Since it was a violation of lockdown norms, they asked them to shut the shop and ask the crowd to disperse. Now, starting one by one, this is the shop that the cops are talking about. We do not see any evidence of any crowds outside this shop, Pranesh, and so the first discrepancy is blown right here. Then they say, while others left without creating an issue, Jairaj and his son sat on the floor and started abusing the cops and later started rolling on the floor. Now, let's take you to this footage a bit further. So, what has happened according to this sequence of events is that father Jairaj is called by the police. If you could just take it to 122, that is where you can see just a bit before this, that he's called by the cops, the father, and he is leaving his shop. There in white, dressed in white, is father. He's 58-year-old P. Jairaj, and he walks towards the van. You do not see any confrontation, you do not see any abusing happening, you do not see any threatening happening. Then people in the shop who notice this then inform his son that his father has been called by the cops and taken away. Then if we could just take this to around 3:20, you see the son. He borrows, he takes a friend's bike, a two-wheeler, and then he follows the cops to the police station. Again, there is no argument, there is no threatening. And further in this FIR, the cops have said that Jairaj and his son sat on the floor and they sustained injuries because they started rolling on the floor. There is no such thing happening. Several people, Pranesh, have raised this question, that this theory that has been put up by the police, that all the injuries that were sustained by the father and son were because they were self-inflicted and because they started rolling on the floor outside the shop. This video footage
all that
right
stands
here
exposed now. Exclusive footage accessed by Times Now unmasked the lies of the Tamil Nadu police. Shabir Ahmed and Shilpa Nair both live with me. Congratulations first to both of you for putting out this exclusive CCTV pictures. There is no crowd, Shilpa and Shabir. I can't see any crowd rolling on the floor. Not seen in this clip. No, and nobody has sat down on the floor. They did not resist any police action. In fact, Jairaj is seen walking across to the police on the other side of the road.
Well, Pranesh, more and more evidence clearly suggests that this was a clear case of murder and custodial torture, and these cops are still out free. And this FIR that, the Satankulam police has filed, the FIR number 312, crime number 312, is just a bunch of lies, a pack of lies. In fact, this FIR clearly says that, there was crowd outside, the mobile shop that was owned by Benix and his father Jairaj. But that is not there. We can't see any crowd outside the shops. And then they said that Benix and Jairaj were arguing with the cops. Here, they say that they started arguing with the cops. We don't see any kind of argument. Jairaj is just standing there and he's talking over his mobile phone. And Benix is somewhere inside his shop. And after that, the cops claim that both these, father and son duo, they started abusing the cops, and they sat on the floor and they started rolling on the floor, and that's why they sustained these injuries, because that resulted in their death. So this is what the FIR says. And also, the FIR, one more point that has been mentioned in the FIR is that the father and son were actually threatening the cops with dire consequences. In fact, they were issuing death threats to the cops. Nothing has been seen in the CCTV footage, and it clearly shows that Jairaj was taken alone and Benix was followed Jairaj to the police station, Shilpa.
Well, that's absolutely right. In fact, several eyewitnesses have also come out and said the same exact sequence of events. It is only the Satankulam cops who are giving us a different version, and that has been busted with this CCTV footage, because in this CCTV footage it is very clear that Jairaj is called by the cops. He goes near the police vehicle, and after that Benix comes out to see what exactly is happening, where his father went, and after a while he is also seen going out, and after that he comes back after a few seconds. He's trying to make a phone call, probably trying to inform someone that his father has been arrested. He called his sister. Yes, sister had also told Times Now that around 7:15 is when she received a call from her brother saying that her father has been arrested. And after he makes that call, he asks some of his friends come with two-wheelers, and Benix is seen hopping on one of these two-wheelers and going. And according to what we have managed to gather from eyewitness accounts and other sources, is that Benix went to the police station, and when he reached there, he saw his father being beaten up brutally. He tried to stop that, and that is when that is what angered the police officials more. There are people who told us that the SI said, "How dare you stand quiet when someone is touching a police?" He said that to the other cops who were standing there, and that is when all of them took turns to beat them up. And we've not just accessed the CCTV footage, Pranesh, we've also put out that jail report, the jail admission report, which clearly shows that they had sustained serious injuries. They were bleeding from their gluteal region, their ankles, their legs and wrists were swollen. Jairaj was a diabetic patient. He had high blood pressure. All of this was exposed by Times Now. Several other media organizations have also exposed the lapses at various levels. But despite all of this, the Tamil Nadu government is simply reluctant to file an FIR against the erring cops. Yes, they are saying they will transfer the case to CBI, but what is stopping the Tamil Nadu police from arresting these individuals and booking them under appropriate sections of law?
And also, these CCTV footages have been submitted in the court, and there is a judicial probe that is underway. But the judicial probe is not stopping the police from taking action. The police can easily arrest these, brutal cops, these cops who were responsible for the death of Jairaj and Benix at the Satankulam police station. And what we understand is that there was a meeting that took place at the highest level to take action against this cop, but somehow at the last minute the plan was dropped. So what stopped the Tamil Nadu government from going ahead and arresting these people and booking these cops, particularly Sridhar, the inspector? Earlier he was only transferred, and only after Times Now put out the conversation with the constable Mutturaj, he admitted that both Benix and Jairaj sustained injuries at the police station, and they did everything on the orders of the inspector. So the role of the inspector is important. And Balakrishnan and Raghu Ganesh, we have been hearing multiple accounts from different people saying that how they have a history of violence, how they have been harassing people, how they have been torturing people for the past several years. There have been several complaints that have gone, but no complaints have reached logical conclusion.
Right, we'll come to the details in just a bit, but let's go full frame to these exclusive pictures that Times Now has accessed, and let's go frame by frame. Let me quickly recap this for our viewers joining our broadcast. Times Now has accessed the smoking gun in the case of Jairaj and Bennett. Both were picked up by the police, allegedly brutally tortured in custody that led to their death. The Tamil Nadu police is yet to arrest any policeman for this. In fact, Amartya Narayanan now joining our broadcast. Mr. Narayanan, what do you make of this? We have accessed the CCTV footage. This exposes the lies of the Tuticorin police and the Tamil Nadu state.
Absolutely, you're right. It's a shame on the police force of Tamil Nadu and the Edappadi administration. They have to prove to the world that they are not hand in glove with a few people of Tamil Nadu police, and not only the police, lower judiciary, which has been part of this. If they really want to say they should have taken an immediate action and formed a high-level judiciary committee to go into this and take immediate action. Look what happened in the United States when a black was killed. The entire country stood up with the injustice, against the injustice that was committed just because of his color. Today, the police cannot be questioned because nobody sees them. No, we don't even go to the roads. Now, at this time, they have more responsibility. They have more power, and they should use it wisely. They should use it humanely. Whereas in this particular case, this particular SI, from the police officer, whatever I could read, had a prior history of human abuse, human rights abuse. Now, these people should be watched and put on a watch list and should be dismissed. The second time, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Now,
absolutely. Just stay with us, Mr. Amartya Narayanan. You've made a valid point. I'll come back to you. Mr. Saravanan also joining our broadcast. Mr. Saravanan, what do you make of this? The smoking gun with Times Now CCTV pictures proving how the police lied in the FIR.
Yeah, see, this is what we have been saying, that the police is on a cover-up.
Stay with us, Mr. Saravanan. Mr. Saravanan, stay with us. Ms. Tani Moy now joining our broadcast. Ma'am, good afternoon. Thank you for speaking to Times Now. What do you make of this, ma'am?
See, right from the beginning, the family and friends and people, other shopkeepers have been insisting that there was, when the police called them, Mr. Jairaj went with them without any resistance. And Felix was not even there, and only later he came to know that his father has been arrested and he has gone to the police station, and he was also taken into custody. The police, even a few days ago when a TV channel spoke to the police officers, they said that they were injured and hurt because they resisted arrest and they were rolling on the ground. So we clearly come to know that the father or nor the son resisted arrest. So there was no need, actually under the sections they booked them, there's no need to arrest them and remand them. You could have just, filed a case and sent them back. Why did you take them into custody? And it's very clear that this was planned and there was a motive behind arresting his father and his son, and it's a clear case of murder.
Ma'am, do you believe the state is deliberately trying to subvert truth and therefore justice?
Definitely, because I don't understand why have they not filed an FIR under Section 302. Why haven't they arrested the people who are the reason behind this? Who caused the death? Why haven't they done that? Why is the government hesitating to do that? Why did the Chief Minister say that the cause of the death, even before the autopsy started, why did the Chief Minister have to say it is because of breathlessness? And why did a local minister have to say that it's not a lawful death?
Is the silence of the Chief Minister troubling, ma'am? Why is the Chief Minister not speaking up on this case?
Silence. It is not the silence. It is, he supported the police clearly and made a statement saying that it was because of breathlessness that the father and son died. And why? And now, at least after all this, they can arrest these people. The government only transferred these officers only because of public pressure and political parties taking it up, they suspended them.
And is suspension enough? Because we've been following this very, very closely on Times Now, ma'am, and you've been watching our broadcast also. What do you want from the state? Now that the CCTV footage has come out, this exposes how the cops lied on FIR. This exposes subversion by the state. What does the DMK demand?
Everybody who's involved in this and everybody who overlooked the law has to be arrested, has to be taken under custody. This is all we are asking for. We are saying book them under, file a FIR under 302 and arrest these people. Why is the government hesitating to do that? The party leader time and again has said that arrest these people. Why is the government hesitating to arrest them? Who are they trying to protect? It shows clearly that the government and the law enforcing authorities have failed miserably in different levels.
Right, very strong words from Kanimozhi, ma'am. My final question to you. Many people believe that the Chief Minister must tender a public apology for betraying the people and that the DGP should be sacked at the very least.
Definitely the Chief Minister has to, because if the department comes under him, and for misleading the people and misleading the press, he has to apologize openly. But I think the first thing they have to do is arrest these people. And they have to at least ask the local SP, why hasn't he even looked at the CCTV footage? Anybody, what will they do in the investigation? The first thing, they will ask for a CCTV footage to find out the truth about what happened. Why hasn't the SP done that?
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Kanimozhi, for speaking to Times Now. Important reaction coming in from the DMK. Pramila Nesarji also with us. RJ Suchi also joining our broadcast. Pramila Nesarji, what do you make of this? Is this an attempt by the state to side with the errant cops?
No, what I feel is, the life of every human being is very, I can't imagine the way they have done, in this particular case. I saw all your investigation. I admire the way in which you've taken out the footage and all that. What I personally feel is, after going through this, the law regarding this must be applied. That is, arrest is so law. The thing speaks for itself. The very fact that they were taken to custody and they have been treated in such a manner, and they were admitted, taken to the doctor, and the doctor giving the fitness certificate falsely, then taking them to the jail. All speaks for itself,
Right, there is collusion at multiple level. Thank you, Ms. Nesarji, for speaking to us. Mr. Saravanan, Mr. Narayanan, thank you for speaking to us. RJ Suchi joining us. Good afternoon. What do you make of this?
Isn't it amazing? Aren't we glad the CCTV footage is out? It's step one.
Absolutely. Hello? Exposes all the claims made by the Tamil Nadu police. In fact, they lied in the FIR. And all throughout, the Chief Minister, like Kanimozhi was saying, has been backing the police. Will action follow? Are you hopeful?
Well, let's not get into Kanimozhi versus the Chief Minister because they've got their own axis to grind. Let's just stick to the case because right now we have, in conjunction with the CCTV footage being out, we've also got some very important news from Phoenix's family in terms of further details as to the physical damage that have been caused to them, specifically to the genitals, which nobody was talking about. And this has been told to at least 15 Tamil press people, and they decided not to print it. Now the family wants details out, so we've released a video with extreme details about what was the physical torture, what kind of physical torture was employed on them, and what specifically was done to their genital areas, which is shocking. I don't want to repeat it here. It's on my Instagram page on Mirchi_Suchi or Ahmed Miran's official page. We are a team working on this, and we have just released a video on the extent of cruelty. So I'm so happy the CCTV footage is coming at this time because it just feels like a divine coincidence to me.
And I want to once again congratulate Shilpa Nair and Shabir Ahmed, both our correspondents working on the ground who've brought out this CCTV footage. Times Now, remember, has been leading the coverage on this. RJ Suchi, you've been with us over the last few days also. Now that this is out, Shabir, are we going to see any action on the policemen? Will they be sacked?
Well, there should be action and they should be sacked, but as far as the Tamil Nadu government is concerned, they just want to wash their hands off this case. That is precisely what the Chief Minister did yesterday by saying that they are planning to transfer this case to the CBI. This is an open and shut case, Shilpa. This is a case where the evidence is overwhelming and the cops know that, how they can gather evidence. It's not difficult for them. This is not a complicated case. This is a clear case of custodial torture and custodial death. The police have investigated these cases before and they know the procedure, and all they should do now is alter the FIR, include section 302, name the cops who were responsible for this incident, who caused torture, who tortured Benix and Jairaj, and they should be named in the FIR. Instead of that, the government is trying to transfer them, and then after another piece of evidence comes up, the government is trying to suspend the inspector. This is what they have been doing, Shilpa.
Well, absolutely. In fact, from day one, the demand was very simple: take action against the cops. But everything else has happened except that. The Chief Minister yesterday said they are transferring the case to the CBI. But for what? This is an open and shut case. The government has access to all the records, be it the post-mortem report, be it the inquest report, be it the jail admission records. They have access to all these records. They know the names of every official involved at every stage of this process. And they have several eyewitness testimonies.
Absolutely. The state has a mountain of proof. It does not have the political intent or the will to take action. This continues to be a top focus. Don't go anywhere. Shabir, Shilpa, RJ Suchi also stays on. A short break. We come right back to this.